No. Your ass better call somebody.
Monday Night Football, baby. We're here.
There's only one other good play on Minnesota.
Touchdown in 46 seconds. Punches back. Touchdown.
Oh, if you didn't know, it's the NBA Hardwood Show on a Tuesday afternoon. It's Three Kings Day, DC, over on DraftKings Sportsbook. We got the king of the court ready to roll. JSU is finally going to have a chance to win a king of the court bid here, DC, because they don't just select the best, but they get the second and the third tonight here, DC. So I'm feeling pretty good. They got $3 million up top tonight. The top 3 points, rebounds, and assist leaders for the King of the Court promo will win you some bonus bets over on DraftKings. So I'm pumped up about that. Pumped up about this 8-game slate that we got for this main slate here. Nice 8-game slate here to get us rolling. How you feeling, DC, on a Tuesday?
I'm feeling good. When I saw the 3 Kings, 3 King of the Court winners, I immediately thought of you, JSU, because I was like, oh, my guy JSU's got a chance tonight to get in the top 3. I was wondering if you petitioned the good folks at DraftKings to have 3 winners instead of 1 to give yourself a shot. But then I came to my senses and I realized you're just going to get 4th place. So I've got a list over here. As you mentioned, your King of the Court candidates. I'm going to cross them off my list. And by the end of the show, I should have, pretty good list of viable players.
Yeah. Honestly, waking up, one of the first messages I see when I pull up the old Discord app after I get my coffee, settle in and everything, my guy, the kid, always in the Discord. First thing I see, finally, that JSU can comfortably finish second in the 3 Kings tonight. So you're probably right. I am probably going to have the 4th leading PRA, but I don't know, DC. I got a chance at least. I'm feeling it.
I already know how this is going to go down. This is going to embolden you to take an even worse pick. Some scrub-ass guy he doesn't have to get 1st place. He just needs top 3, and you're going to, I don't know.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Javon Carter, here we come, buddy. Javon Carter, King of the Court. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, Juice. My guy Juice, he knows Gonzalez. If you didn't play Hugo last night, that was tough. That was tough for you. So hopefully people swapped on to Hugo when you saw him starting here. I talked him up. I told you he's one of my favorite on the Celtics. I've actually talked him up a few shows, but I love his talent. You can tell he's like somewhat tentative, and he's kind of like, he's 1 or 2 move. He doesn't really have like a bag yet, or he doesn't show it off at least, but he's a solid player. He's got pretty good athleticism, good rebounder. And I think he's a perfect Celtic, especially when they get their whole team back. He's a guy, like, if you give him a role, he'll just do his role. So it's perfect for like a good team to have a guy like Hugo Gonzalez. But you got to see it a little more last night, which was fun, the surprising Hugo start. So yeah, that was fun. Angel Reese's brother, not so fun. Played kind of like, Angel Reese's brother. Maybe we should think about that before we talk about him. But he's back on this slate tonight, DC. So, and he's still 3K, which he should be, honestly.
I haven't indulged myself in Angel Reese's brother on any of my teams yet. So
you must have skipped yesterday's slate because he was 3K and starting. So
I was in there, but I didn't have him. But
you didn't play him, so you were sharp, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I tried to mostly play players who can make layups, and if he's anything like his sister, that could be a struggle. I'll be honest, I haven't watched him play a ton yet.
I was gonna say, are you outing yourself as a WNBA fan who's watched a ton of Angel Reese?
I'm on X a lot, so you see the Angel Reese clips. They don't exist so much anymore, but for a while, it was all the rage, right? Her versus what's the
Oh,
other girl?
yes. Caitlin Clark. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, yes, yes,
that
yes,
was
yes.
fun.
Yeah, you are an avid X user at Draft Cheat, I'm pretty sure, over on the X streets. If you want to go ahead and follow DC for, I mean, everything across the board, honestly, when it comes to DC, you're gonna get a wide range of information from old DC. And I will just say that's bait, that GIF, that's bait. Well, you can hang that over DC's Twitter. He should just pin that at the top. That should be your GIF at the top because you bait people a lot. You're one of the best at it. I'll give you credit.
It doesn't seem to be as easy as it used to be to debate people. I don't know why that is exactly, but well, we still try from time to time.
That AI, man. Everyone's getting fooled left and right now. They're not getting fooled by your Twitter posts. They're getting fooled by the videos, the crazy videos that come out that are fake as shit. So maybe that's got something to do with it. I have no idea. But WNBA is more elite than MNB. I don't even know what that means. What are we talking about? WNBA is elite? Elite at what? You want to watch miss layups? I think he's baiting me right now. Is he just baiting me right now? Must be baiting me. There's no way WNBA.
You called it MNBA along with WNBA. That feels like bait.
Yeah, it's got to be bait. You can't use WNBA and elite in the same sentence and then be honest about something. So yeah, we can't do that. I don't know what's MNBA. I have no idea. JSU gonna pick the fourth. Yes. The kid. I already talked about it. Yes, I gave you credit. You were the first person who made the joke at 8:00 in the morning in Discord. I gave you credit. Got to prove you wrong. Damn it. DC, anything else here before we get in? You've been given some baseball bets. Do you have a baseball bet for the people? Do you have a future bet that you want to give out before we get into the NBA?
Yes. Detroit rookie shortstop Kevin McGonigal got passed by all the rage this spring training, Connor Griffin, and somewhat in question whether he makes the opening day roster. But this guy, consensus number 2 overall prospect in baseball, absolutely raking during the spring, crazy minor league production at a young age, and plus 900 to win AL Rookie of the Year, which I think it's kind of a weaker field in general. So I like his chances.
Interesting. So he's on the same team as Griffin? He's on the Pirates?
No. He's on the Tigers.
Oh, he's on the Tigers. Okay. I was going to say, I was like, oh, that'll be tough on the same team. But all right. I like that. What was his name? Was it Kevin McGonigal? What was his name?
Yeah, Kevin McGonigal. He'll be rising in the best ball ranks today too.
All right. I'm gonna have to mark him down as a player to maybe snipe some of. I love waiting till the end to take my infielders in best ball. So I'll have to add him to my my best ball.
My normal best balls is I get to like piece out at round 15 because I've got a list of like 13 infielders that I can take.
And you're just cool with all of them.
Yeah, I mean, I just put them in the order I want them, and off I go. Because there's no, it would be a lot different if it was like third base, second base, shortstop. You couldn't really do that, but
that would make it way harder if it was like that.
Yeah.
But it's not. I was actually someone asked me for my ownerships, and I'm like, man, it's kind of tough because you'll see all my highest owned guys are infielders because there's just so many good late infielders that I've been trying to differentiate a little bit, but it's so hard when I see Salvador Perez at the end of drafts. I'm like, how am I not clicking Salvador Perez at the end of drafts? Or like some of these guys like Stewart and Jensen and some of these guys. I just want to like keep clicking those guys every time I see them.
It's the right move. I'm right there with you.
So it's tough, but I like that you gave that kid because now I can add him to my pool of people to click here. So, all right, there's a little MLB bet for you guys, plus 900 over on DraftKings if you want to check that out. Kevin McGonigal for was it AL rookie?
Yep, AL Rookie of the Year. Yep,
Rookie of the Year, right there. All right, how about that Jokic flop last night? Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have old Big T here. Not only did Jokic flop in DFS, but they almost lost that game. That was did you stay up for that game, DC? Did you see any of that game?
Didn't see it.
It was pretty rough. Almost losing the Jazz is pretty rough scene. But yeah, they gotta figure some stuff out. Since Jokic has been back, they've been a little rusty. So we'll see. I'm sure they'll figure it out by the time the playoffs start. But yeah, that was unfortunate. The Jokic flop here. I got a lot of Jokic on my NBA best ball teams that have advanced. I got a ton of Jokic and Wemby. So I need big games out of Jokic and Wemby to advance to the third round, DC. So I'm that hurt me last night. That was not fun watching the floor Jokic game, I will say. So I need Wemby tonight is what I'm saying.
Wemby's got you. He'll come through for you.
Wemby's gonna come through for me. I agree. All right, let's get to it. We got 8 games to talk about here on DraftKings. Let's get right down to the slate here. Before we do, guys, don't forget, smash the like button on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the Rump Your Sports YouTube channel. If you like these free shows every day, you want to get notified every time we go live for these shows, just ring that bell, subscribe to the channel, and we appreciate all the likes and everything like that to keep this show free for you guys each and every weekday. All right, first game up, we'll pull up SaberSim here. We'll go by the SaberSim order of games. We got Detroit and Cleveland. First game up here, DC. No Donovan Mitchell tonight, still out for the Cavs, but this game is in Cleveland. And, honestly, one of the guys that I've been playing a lot of, didn't come through as much, but Jalen Duran has been just awesome down the stretch here for Detroit. 37, 67, 54, 48, 48 in his last 5 games, DC, just showing the upside for the big man here. And the Cavs, honestly, you can attack them a little bit down there, even though they've got some good bigs. Someone like Durant can definitely have success. Obviously, it was an OT game, but 42 minutes, 33 points, 16 rebounds last time out against Cleveland at home. And now they get the same matchup, but obviously on the road. So, I think we're right back to Durant as an interesting GPP target. I think James Harden for tournaments is interesting at 9,200. Tough matchup. But, for me at least, I'm going to keep him in the pool. The Detroit side, though, as a whole, outside Durant, I don't like as much. They will get back Beef Stew, who had that, 7-8 game, whatever it was, suspension. He's been out for a while, and I think he's back tonight here. So maybe that does affect Durant a little bit. I don't know how much, though, his first game back, DC. What do you think about that and this game in general?
Maybe a few minutes away from Duran, whose minutes, outside of that huge 42-minute overtime game, they've been a little bit low. I know he played 34 last game too, but a lot of games right around 30 minutes.
They keep his minutes pretty low, I feel like, for the most part.
You do wonder a little bit, though. I remember not liking Duran against Cleveland a couple of games ago, and obviously he showed me what's up there. But against this front court, right, with Mobley and Allen, maybe Detroit leans on him a little bit more once again, especially if he's playing well. So obviously he can handle the matchup. He just proved that. So I won't try to, make that point again. Yeah, I think he's a solid play. I like Cunningham here too. Cunningham, he's within shouting distance of the MVP now with the games played thing. Detroit playing awesome basketball. They'll want to beat Cleveland. I like Cunningham quite a bit. 11K is a lot to pay, but there should be some pretty good value on the slate overall. So Cunningham, Duran look good to me. I don't see much else on Detroit that I'm going to play. And then the Cleveland side, in theory, I think Harden makes some sense, but he hasn't had any monster games with the Cavs yet. 9 in a row, kind of 40 to 50 most nights. I definitely think he's still capable of it, but I'd like to see it at least once with this team. Even with Mitchell out, right? It's been good, but not DFS winning performances from James Harden. So maybe he gets it done here, but it is a tough matchup. I think I'll probably go elsewhere myself.
Well, I'll tell you a couple things with James Harden. So one, the shot volume hasn't been there, which hurts. I think, you look at it 9 field goal attempts last game, but he had 9 rebounds and 8 assists and 22 points. So he was very efficient. He got 8 of 12 from the free throw line. But before that, DC, 0 attempts from the free throw line, only 2, 4, 2. So obviously, like peak James Harden, what was his game? Like threes and free throw line. You know what I mean? He's getting double-digit free throw attempts every game. And that was like a lock too, you know. Now, this James Harden, not as much. He's not as consistently getting to the free throw line, which I think is hurting his overall like scoring performance a little bit. That's why you're not seeing as many big scoring games, in my opinion. And I think he's been way more of a distributor in the back half of his career, especially now than before. So I think there's a couple things going into why he's maybe not hitting those big scores for fantasy now. The 3-point volume, even though the 3-pointers are good, it's not the same volume, right? So all the volumes just kind of trickle down in all these categories, which I think is affecting him. But I do think he's capable of it is the bottom, idea, especially with no Mitchell. But I agree with you. Tough matchup.
I think with Harden too, there's something to be said. Like he's on a new team. Like when he's really going off, it's kind of like when sometimes his team like crumbles around him and he's just like in like fuck it mode. Like, I'll just do everything for this team now. And it's the opposite of that with Cleveland, right? It's a winning team. He's new to the team. He's trying to set up his teammates. You just don't get as much kind of reckless James Harden, which is what leads to the huge fantasy game. So I'm sure he'll go off now, but probably won't be on my team.
Yeah, and Showtime is 100% with this. The first step, quickness isn't there anymore. He can't beat guys off the dribble, which is why he's not getting to the free throw line as much, obviously, and everything like that. So that's a good call. How about Allen? I prefer Allen when there's no Mobley, but man, it's a tough spot for him too. I do like it when it's Harden and Allen. There's no Mitchell, DC, but I don't know about you. What do you think about Allen? And can you click Allen over Duran? Is my question, because the more we talk about it, the more I'm like, man, does beef stew actually affect his minutes a little bit? And then also, can I play Allen over Duran or vice versa? And I feel like I should play Duran over Allen if I'm going to play one of these two guys. So I don't know about Jared Allen. What do you think? Can you go Jared Allen over Duran?
I don't think so. This is also like the highest price point of Allen's career, 7,700. He's definitely earned the price tag, right? So I don't like have a problem with it. He's been awesome, but still, you are paying as much as we've ever paid, really, for Jared Allen. And it's not like he's without Mobley. It's not like it's a great matchup. So as a 1% tournament contrarian play, I don't think it's bad. But like as a core play, I don't think I can get there.
Yeah, and Evan Mobley, obviously, he got that 37 minutes in the overtime game that these guys played, but then right back down to 27 against Brooklyn, DC. So his minutes also are still a little, so it's not like you can even pivot to a Mobley, I feel like. So it just hurts all of them. I don't think I can go to them. You're probably right. Cleveland's probably not that good of plays here. Anyone else below that you see, like a Tyson, Merrill, Schroeder, any of these guys at all?
I don't think so. Not in an 8-game slate.
Yeah, no, I like Keon Ellis. BG asked about Keon Ellis. I don't mind him. Honestly, I think if I were to play any of these Cleveland guys after, like Harden or Allen or anyone, it would probably be Keon Ellis. He's got a good role for this team, and he's still 4,200. I just hate this matchup, man. But yeah. I do like that shout, BG. If a spend down, I think he's in the pool for sure. James says too many good centers to play Allen. There are a lot of good centers on the slate, so you're kind of right from that standpoint. In Detroit, I'm just it's for me, it's spend up. Someone was talking about Cade in the peripherals being always there, and he's going to shoot a ton. I mean, DC, pull up Cade stuff like Cade 25, 21, 16, 26, 16, 34. Those are his field goal attempts. You're never seeing that with Harden. I know there's a price gap, but still, that's, Cade's got a much higher ceiling at this point.
Well, you just see Cade he's always been good, but he's peaking right now, right? This is clearly the best version we've ever seen. The team's playing well. He's clearly the undisputed leader of the team. Like, you're not always going to get the ceiling game, but the floor's like sitting like close to like 55 right now for Cade. So I really do like him. I've been playing a lot of Cade, and I'm gonna keep doing that until further notice.
I need what's SGA's count for how many games he could miss before he's ineligible?
So it must be down to like 4 or 5, I think.
It's got to be like he has to be under 5. So they probably won't let him miss that enough to hit it. But
honestly, I bet he misses all but 1.
Yeah.
I bet he plays exactly 65.
Binair says 3. So that's okay. So he's got 3 games to miss. So you're right, DC. He probably misses 2 more games. You're probably right there.
Yeah.
But man, it would be sweet to see someone like Cade win MVP, or I would like that. Honestly, he's done it, and he's been the man doing it pretty much the whole time. So you got to respect it. I would like him or Jaylen Brown. I would love to see one of those guys win it. But
this hadn't crossed my mind before, but we could see some games where SGA plays like very low minutes.
Oh, I won't like that. I won't like that.
But it would make sense.
Get him there, DC. You think so?
It would make perfect sense to do it. I mean, not like 1 minute, but
yeah,
play him 24 minutes.
Not like that time Mikal Bridges started the game. The tip went off. He fouled and checked right out. Do you remember that? Just to keep his streak alive or whatever.
Yeah. Some bullshit.
Yeah. So it should be Cat. Yeah, no, Cat. Definitely not Cat. We're not giving Cat any awards this year. All right, that's Detroit and Cleveland. Interesting game. I think we're, if anything, more interested in some of the spend ups, maybe outside of a Keon Ellis plug right there from BG. I kind of like the call out. Let's go to Dallas and Charlotte, DC, next up here. And Dallas, PJ Washington is probable, so he'll be back for the team. He was playing decent minutes before he was out. Cooper Flagg, though, still doubtful, so I assume he's going to be out. Caleb Martin probable. Marvin Bagley is out. Najee Marshall is out here. So a couple of key pieces look like they're going to be out, mainly Cooper Flagg, Najee Marshall, even Bagley, though, because Bagley was kind of split in center minutes with Gafford. So it's kind of a key piece right there, DC. We've seen Brandon Williams at times kind of step up. Chris Middleton has had a few games, but he's kind of went back down to reality the last couple. But a better, a little better spot than OKC. Is this a bounce back spot for a Dallas team?
I don't know. 13-point dogs here against a Charlotte team that's playing well and getting healthier, obviously. I think Dallas is tough tonight. You see Cooper Flagg out, you see Najee Marshall out, you know about the trades, and they seem like a team you'd want to go to, but like Gafford's minutes seem stuck in those low 20s. I don't like him at 5,100. Brandon Williams, who I've played a lot of, they got Nembhard back now too. He was like on like a two-way G League going back and forth. So he missed like a month, but he came back last game and played 24 minutes. So I'm worried about the minutes for Brandon Williams kind of being split evenly with Nembhard. And then you've got PJ Washington, returning from a brief injury, 6,400. He might be my favorite of the Dallas guys, but I don't love it on this slate. So I'm kind of low overall on Dallas. I guess shouldn't come as much as a surprise. Looks like the field agrees with that. Really no ownership going to Dallas right now. Charlotte, I think it's more interesting. We've seen the prices come down a little bit for some of these guys. Brandon Miller in particular, also playing awesome basketball right now. We've both been a fan of his since the day he got in the league, and he's playing at the top of his game. We've seen some low minutes from Charlotte due to blowouts. Last game was somewhat close, but before that, 3 blowout wins in a row. And so, like, the minutes for Miller, he did play 33. Before that, 25, 26, 26. I don't really think there's anything to that. Obviously, this could be a blowout too, but if it's not, I think Miller gets his normal minutes. Miles Bridges strikes me as someone that's just a little bit too cheap in a really good matchup against Dallas. Again, his minutes also, I think, have been kind of artificially deflated and will be there in a close game. I mean, I think these guys have secure roles. Knippel's been awesome. LaMelo, I think, is too expensive at 8,500, but I do like the Charlotte side of this game quite a bit. And yeah, my guy Diabate, I mean, he's putting up 35 plus fantasy points every time out. That works at 6K. So
I was waiting for you to bring him up. I was waiting for it.
It's just true. It's every night out for this guy, and I don't see why he wouldn't do it again against Dallas. And another guy who's lost. I mean, he's still playing 30 minutes a night, but I'm telling you, he'll be up there, I think, 35, 36 minutes in a close game. So I'm in on the Charlotte team, JSU.
Yeah, Lord King Guru says, give me some Brandon Miller, like him in this spot. I agree with him. I agree with both you guys. I love Brandon Miller, love his game. Yeah, he's going to have some, spots where they are big favorites in this spot. Could the game blow out? Could he only play 26 minutes? 100%. If he does, you probably won't be as happy as if he played 35, 36 minutes, obviously, but he could still get there in a blowout, I guess, is the point. So, and if this game does stay close, man, he's going to smash. So I love that. I like, Diabate or Bridges. I kind of like your take. I feel like this is a good Diabate spot, though, against Dallas. He's someone that should be able to give Dallas issues on the boards. So I kind of like him even at his higher price tag. D Mill says, can we X out Mavs? So this is what I'm going to say about the Mavs. I think if you play Mavs, like if I play Mavs DC, I want to play like 2 of their good guys, like 2 of Williams, PJ, Middleton, 2 of those guys, and just hope the game stays close and hope those guys play 30 minutes and have good games. Because I think if that happens, they probably will have good games. But if the game does go sideways, it's probably going to be like a Nemhard, but I don't know if you're going to want it, is the point.
I agree with you. Dallas, really tough. To answer the question, I think you can X them out tonight and move on a big slate. I think you'll be pretty safe doing that.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do unless I just stack the game up. That's one way you could do it. Like, I think you just either full stack it up and hope the game goes to the moon, or you just kind of play 1 or 2 max Charlotte guys and move on, which is probably the safer path, I think, right now.
I'll be looking out for your Dallas stacks, but it won't be for me.
Yeah, no, I think I'm just going to play Miller or Musa. Is probably the way. I do think this matchup's good for Musa.
Yeah, me too.
I could see a 15 board night, and if the points come with it, then he'll have
Dallas, one of the very worst offensive rebounding teams in the league. So I think Musa just collecting bricks.
And Musa's like one of the best offensive. He's one of the best like rebounders. Period. I guess
they don't even compete for offensive boards. I just think he's going to be collecting easy rebounds all game here.
Yep, I agree with you. So yeah, you can X out the Mavs. I guess D-Mills is the take if you want to do that here. Let's go to the next game up on the slate. We got Washington and Orlando, and we got them back. We got Mr. Julian Reese, one of the highest rated values, I think, over on SaberSim. Shout out our partner SaberSim, best opto and sims in the business right now. They got Julian Reese right up there, DC. Number 1 value play. That is actually Angel Reese's brother. Did not come through at 3K last time out. But it looks like we're going right back to the well with Julian Reese at 3K, DC. The question is, are you going to go to the well tonight?
it's a lot easier to go back to him when you didn't have him in the first place last night. So, he in a sense came through for me last night because he wasn't on my team, and now he could come through again at 3K. So, assuming he gets to start, which I kind of think he almost has to, right? I don't know who else they would roll out there. I might go back to a Julian Reese here. I got no problem with it. 3K starting center. I mean, it works out way more often than it doesn't, especially when he doesn't even have a legitimate backup. They're obviously going to play other guys there, but if he plays well, I could see him playing big minutes and putting up a decent score. So I think I'm in on Mr. Reese. But yeah, Washington looks pretty solid overall. I think Champagny, Jaden Hardy, decent value plays for cheap. And then on the Orlando side, kind of like Paulo here. I mean, just an awesome matchup against the Wizards. I mean, he's going to be guarded by, Will Riley and Champagny and just nobody, right, that has the size, I don't think, to stop him. And then there's no rim protection, right? That's kind of Paulo's game, is get the ball and try to get to the cup, right? Sometimes settling for mid-rangers, that type of thing. But in this matchup, JSU, I mean, he should just absolutely eat here. He's playing really well. So I'm in on the Banchero train. 9,400. It's expensive, but he's been really good, and I love the spot for him.
So a couple things here, DC. First off, question here. Hey, y'all, worried about Mosley and Pablo issues? I don't know if you saw, there was a little back and forth with coach and star player about one saying we need halftime adjustments and that's what other teams do and we don't do it. And the coach is saying we need more effort. Guys need to play harder, try harder, everything like that. There's this little back and forth between coach and star. Do you factor that in? Did you see that, first of all? And if not, that's kind of what happened. Do you factor that in?
I saw it briefly, but not in depth. I wouldn't make a big change based on that. What I do think it does is increases his range of outcomes, right? You could see it going multiple ways where, I don't know, maybe he loses some playing time, something like that. But I think more likely than that is it lights a fire under him and he plays even better and comes out focused and plays harder. I mean, that's how these things usually go, right? These guys are professionals. We've all get in a fight with your friend or something and you get over it, right? And you get back to it. And that's probably what happens here. So,
well, there's two ways you can go. You can either go the opposite way and just say, fuck you, I'm out, and check out, or it can light a fire under you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think Paulo is going to come out and look across the court, see Julian Reese, Will Riley, and company, and just go, I'm going to dominate these games.
Yeah. And it's if that's his mindset coming in, JSU, it's the perfect matchup to be able to execute that plan. And if you're Paulo, you're seeing this matchup and you're like, okay, with the drama, I mean, I bet he comes out on fire here. I'm jumping on the Paulo train.
Yeah, I'm definitely on the Paulo train. That you're just worried about blowout. That's what you're worried about, is literally blowout.
But I kind of just like playing him alone,
Yes. Yeah.
Because he, when he's going off, you definitely taking from other teammates. It's like isolation ball, maybe not a lot of assists even coming his way. So yeah, I think Paulo.
I do think Tristan Da Silva is a decent value play if you want to go there. I don't hate it. But the Washington side, this is the other thing I want to talk about, because John Cena, shout out to legend John Cena, the wrestler. But can't wait for people to play Reese again. If you watch the game, dude is garbage. He doesn't look for any offense at all. He's probably it's probably going to go one way. I kind of agree with this right here. Reese will either smash or two quick ones. I'm kind of in the middle of both of these, but I agree with the take, and I like this take of he wasn't even looking for offensive opportunities, which I think is kind of key. And if he does have the foul issues again, he's not really looking for any opportunities. Now, I will say, now there's less people on Washington tonight because a bunch of guys are sitting out. So maybe he'll look for more opportunities with more guys out. But I kind of agree with it. Like, I honestly don't want to play him. I don't mind Jaden Hardy, Sharif Cooper, because those guys are going to have the ball in their hands, I think, a ton. So if I was going to play Washington, I kind of like the guards a little bit more. I know Jaden Hardy, when he gets the minutes, is a good basketball player. And Sharif Cooper can play a little bit too if he gets the run. But I don't know, DC. I don't know if I'm going to go back to the 3K guy. So
who got the backup 5 minutes behind Reese?
Who was it? Well, they were kind of all out, so it was just kind of they played Leaky Black got a bunch of run. He played like 30 minutes last night, I think. Or no, was that? No. He's projected tonight. He didn't play last night. He's projected tonight, but that's just another guy. Who did they play at center? Does anyone know?
Chat's saying Riley.
Riley. Okay. But again, he's not even a center, and he's still playing no matter what. He was getting minutes regardless, but I guess you can categorize him as a center.
Wish he was cheaper at 5,600.
Yeah, Champagne. You're not playing Riley.
Probably not.
No.
So Julian Reese, I did look up his.
Yeah, Riley sucks too. I agree.
Yeah. Julian Reese in the G League, though, this is concerning. He only averaged 16 minutes per game in the G League. So he was presumably a backup center even there. 6'9", undrafted. I'm not playing this guy. I'm fading Julian Reese.
So who are you playing then? They only got like 8 or 9 bodies. I think Leaky Black's gonna play. I think he's in. So 9 bodies.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Hardy, the cheap guys. Hardy and Champagne. Yeah.
Oh, baby, we got some news while we're on here on this game. Wendell Carter downgraded to questionable.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony Black was ruled out. All right. We might get Mo Wagner season.
Helps Paulo too.
Yes. I sit someone else, Orlando. Come on, sit Suggs. Let's go. Let's keep this train rolling. Sit somebody else.
Let's play some 8-on-8 here.
Yeah, I just want to play Paulo and watch him just destroy all these guys right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So let's play this game here real quick, DC. If Wendell Carter is ruled out, and they start Mo Wagner, he's a lock, right?
Against Julian Reese? Yeah. I mean, you got to think he would just absolutely eat. Yes. Lock in Wagner if he starts. I mean, that's not one you overthink, honestly.
Yeah. Goga in play. Because
he's
honestly,
he's the third string center, but you can't play Carter, Wagner, and Batazde ever really together. So the minutes are low, but he'll be the backup behind Wagner in that situation. You could honestly play both those guys.
Or Goga could start. I agree with that. Goga could start, and they could just keep Mo off the bench to where Joe's right, though. Now you don't even have to play Reese if you don't want to, because you'll have Goga and Mo Wagner. So Mo Wagner's on a minutes limit, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Honestly, though, like, then play Goga or play both. They could both get there at those price tags.
I mean, if you think all the center minutes go to just those two guys, so 24. I mean,
which I think that's reasonable. 24 minutes each.
Yeah, I mean, if Wagner's on a minutes limit, maybe you're looking at 28-ish to 30 for Goga if he starts. I agree. I think Goga probably does start Wagner off the bench. This is all if Carter misses, obviously, which he's just
right.
Pushed. Yeah.
So I'm looking through the most minutes that Mo Wagner's played this year. 18 minutes, DC. So yeah, I bet you his minutes are. I bet I'd put his minutes at like 24, 25. He's probably not playing more than that.
I would be really surprised if it went above that, given how little he's played. I mean, I was going to say 20 or 21, which would obviously further improve Goga in that scenario.
Yeah, I kind of like both, but I definitely wouldn't forget about Goga because I could see that pivot working out. They're both going to play is the point to this. And if you think it's close to a split, then to me, DC, they're very similar plays. So if you look and one is just going to be way higher owned because of the starting position, but you think they're going to get close to the same minutes, to me, they're pretty close because Goga is pretty solid point per minute guy too. So yeah, I kind of like the idea of playing them both, honestly.
Yeah, they're definitely cheap enough. I mean, you're getting, we think, 48-ish minutes at the center position for 6,400 against the Wizards. And these are like pretty good players, right? They're not like super, like they're like legitimate NBA centers. So
yeah. Guys that we know at least like they can put the ball in the hoop, get some blocks, rebound. Yeah, exactly. CC Bets pay 6,400 for 44, 44 plus minutes. I mean, you could get all 40, like you could get the whole game, honestly. But yeah, 44 minutes of center versus the Wiz. Sign me up.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yeah. And Mike says now we got or we're gonna have Chalk Paolo as the king of the court. Yes, Paolo is gonna end up being pretty popular, I think.
But also a winner.
But also probably a winner tonight as well. So yeah.
That's why more important.
Winning is the most important, okay? Having the sexy, guy who pays out 2K for bonus bets, but you come in fourth is not fun. Trust me, okay?
Hard to spend the virtual bucks.
Take it from JSU. Almost winning is not fun. It's actually worse. I rather not have a chance, right? DC, like it's worse being that first loser as opposed to just losing, being like I just had a bad pick.
Yeah, it's like when your DFS team is just total shit, and you're like, all right, I guess we're not worrying about this tonight. Yeah, we're just moving on.
As opposed to like you almost won a final seat, or you almost like the whole slate or something like that, but you came in like sixth. Like those are the shitty feelings. Isaac is, I don't know about Isaac. I don't think I can do Isaac, but
me neither.
JSU, we're taking Goga. Yeah, screw Cat. Oh, for KOTC? Is king of the court? No, I can't do it. I see what you're saying. Don't start with me right now, Juice. DC's already going to get on me for my pick later, so don't even go with me. And I can't go with Goga. Definitely not. I need a little more juice from my KOTC. I need a little more juice. All right, Juice. Someone who can put the ball in the hoop a little bit more.
A little more juice than Goga.
The Bills, my guy. Wemby got blowout worries. We'll get to that game here in a second. I think you could maybe make the case, but I'm not worried about it as much, honestly, being that game's, in Philly. I don't worry about that as much, but let's go to Knicks in Toronto, DC. A game that honestly, like in my head, I kind of want to have nothing to do with the way the Knicks have been kind of playing, and also Toronto too. But at the same time, you got Jakob Poeltl, who had a monster game, but they priced him, correctly. Now he's 5,300. I think he was like 40 something hundred last game. Went off. Emmanuel quickly had a pretty good game. Gets his old team here. None of these guys are getting ownership. RJ Barrett looks like one of the better value plays on Toronto. Still not like an amazing play though. Do you see anyone from Knicks in Toronto? Because it looks like they're all pretty low owned.
Yeah. This is two mostly healthy teams. You will get big minutes here from the Stars in an important game for both teams. So I don't know if I was going to play this game, JSU, I'd just take like several not at all own pieces and like hope it goes to overtime or something, right? Like you could get there in that way. I mean, it's going to be probably pretty close, 2.5 spread. You know these guys are going to get the minutes. So yeah, I could make a case for a super contrarian game stack here, but I also kind of would play it that way because there's no standout play, right? There's no one from this game that like really I think is a much better play than the others. So I don't see a ton here. I think all these guys, all the main dudes from both teams are fine as last pieces in, or if you got a really chalky team and you need one contrarian option, maybe you take a 2% owned Karl Anthony Towns. I have no problem there, but I don't see anything that I, going to plug in my core lineup or really anything close to that.
Yeah. I think for me, if you're playing this game, it's just ownership based kind of.
Yes.
You want to get a low owned play like an Emmanuel Quickly, like someone who you're probably paying a little bit more than you want to for, but he's going to come in at low ownership and he has massive upside. Like we've genuinely seen Quickly go for 60. Is it the best matchup? No, it's not the best matchup. Yeah. But at the same time, that's why you're getting the lower ownership here. So, I think for me, it would be someone like Quickly or, RJ Barrett kind of feels like a safe play. I don't know if the upside comes with someone like RJ Barrett, but I think he's good enough to get you that 30, 35-ish that you'll be okay with. But I think for tournaments, if I were to pick one guy, it'd probably be Quickly as the one guy, but I don't like this game a ton.
It basically comes down to this, right? There's just too many mouths to feed on both these teams for DFS purposes.
Yep, I agree with D Mills here. Bring the Noise says, I came for JSU's KOTC take. I love that, my man. Bring the Noise. DK, we'll get there. Binair says, I'll play Bulgarian over Okoro. I'll play anyone over Okoro. I'll play a cheater 100%. I don't care. I don't play anybody named Okoro. Cat is ass. I agree. Cat is ass. Yeah, I don't think we need to talk anymore about this. It's just one of those games, DC, we're going to be lower on. There's a couple games on the slate, honestly, that we're going to be probably a little lower on than the field. Let's go to Brooklyn and Miami. Danny Wolf popped off. What was it, last game, DC? I can't remember. He had a crazy game last time out. I think he had like 40-something here. He's 4,900, 46 fantasy points, 27 minutes, 23 points, 9 rebounds. Made a huge mistake at the end of the game. Forgot that he had to hit the rim, DC, on a free throw. He was trying to intentionally miss a free throw and did the old just throw it as hard as he could against the glass. And obviously that didn't work out for him. I always wonder in pro games, wouldn't the coach be screaming at the player, make sure you hit the rim, no, make sure, yelling to him, make sure you hit the rim, so he knows the rule, the ball has to hit the rim. I doubt that was happening. You just assume these guys know that, and especially a young guy like that. I wonder why more people aren't going over to him saying hey, dude, make sure the ball's got to hit the rim. You can't just chuck it across the glass. But I don't know.
Given it's the Brooklyn Nets, maybe nobody knew.
No, seriously. And probably no one even said anything to him. Dude, you got to hit the fucking rim. But he still had a great game.
What's Raul keeps saying he won. He must have beat me at something. So,
oh, dude, he's talking about Cat. Remember, he was shitting on Cat. Remember, we were saying Cat was a bad play, and you liked Cat. Yeah. I forget who liked over him, but yeah, I remember that. What was that? Friday, Raul? I think it was Friday. You liked Cat, and I never liked Cat, and Raul didn't like Cat because Steph wasn't on the slate, so you guys couldn't fight about Steph.
I should have known better than to go with Cat. So I delete the Cat memories as quickly as possible from my brain. So
I don't blame you. Anytime I recommend Cat, I delete. Even when he does good, I'll delete it from my brain because I don't even want to think about it. But Lord King Guru says Clax is back now, though. Yes, he is back for tonight. So I don't think you want to play any Danny Wolf. And really, I don't know if you want to play any of these Brooklyn Nets. Still no Demon. He's out. Maybe you can make the case for an MPJ, but he hasn't really shown like the upside you want. It's kind of like the Harden situation in a way, DC, where you just haven't seen it in a while. So I don't know if I can click anyone from Brooklyn. I think if you play anyone, it's probably the Heat guys that I would be looking at. I'm probably going to cross out most of Brooklyn. Do you agree with me about Brooklyn? And if so, do you like any of these Heat guys on the other side?
I'm mostly out on Brooklyn. The Heat, 8th in the. I mean, it's really close between like 10th and 6th in the East. So the Heat are a team. They're playing to win. They're playing to win games. They got one of the best coaches. You have to think that the main defensive focus is to not let MPJ bomb away from 3, right? I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a great spot for Porter Jr. to have one of his nuclear games. Probably won't get there. Not going to chase the Wolf huge game. It feels like Wolf has been chalk and failed a lot this year.
He won't be. He won't be tonight.
No.
His Clax is back, obviously.
Yeah, no, for sure. Just in general. And then the Heat side, I like Jaime Jaquez a little bit, but the ceiling just hasn't been there for him either. 5,900. I think he's a decent play with Powell out. And I do like Bam a little bit here, but center spots, man, especially if Carter's out, hard to give up a center spot for 8,300 Bam. So pretty low on this game overall. What about Tyler Hero? The minutes? Yeah, they've been up. He's somewhat interesting. Tyler Hero, 7,300. He might be the direction I'd go if I was going to go with a Heat player.
Yeah, if I was to go with a Heat player, I think it would probably be like a Hero, but I don't really even like love that. Maybe like Bam's had some upside games. I see we're a little lower on Bam. It's probably another spot where I won't go to it, but if I were to play anyone, it would probably be like a Bam or a Hero. Maybe it's a spot, DC, where maybe Khalil Ware could steal some minutes. And if so, he could be a good play, DC. He had a big game last time out against Houston, 29 minutes, 13 and 15. The last game he played, maybe he steals some minutes here in this spot.
Yeah, could get blowout run as well. So yeah, I don't hate that as contrarian play. And then we'll see on Davion Mitchell too, right? He's questionable. I'm not sure if Hero would get the start at point guard if he was out, but if so, that'd be a nice bump. So I've got my eye on Tyler Hero a little bit.
Okay, Ant downgrade. Randy says, Randy Smith, Ant downgrade. Man, so we're going to get another slate where Anthony Edwards plays on one of the later games, is questionable to play, and will probably end up playing, even though the downgrade, because he always plays with these Q tags, DC. I know it's a late downgrade, so a lot of times these guys sit. But, man, Ant's a guy I have trust issues with when it comes to these questionable tags.
Yeah. That's the last game of the night. Yeah.
It's actually a perfect transition because it's the next game we're going to. So it's an 8 o'clock game, though. So when I say a late game, it's, 8 is the last kind of lock of the slate. So you've got 3 games that lock in this 8 o'clock window. Memphis and Minnesota is one of them, and that's the next game we got up here. This game's in Minnesota, so it's at home. Obviously, against Memphis, they're big favorites. It kind of makes sense as a game they would sit Ant, but they've been in this situation before where like Ant and or Julius Randle are questionable to play, and they'll be questionable all the way up through, and then they'll end up playing. But we do get the midday downgrade. Maybe that is a better chance he sits. If he does sit, I mean, Julius Randle becomes a smash play, DC.
Yeah, 100%. And I do think Ant will play. I mean, he's not actually hurt, and he does play most games. So if I had to guess I would guess that Ant will be out there, but obviously don't know that for sure. I do like Ant if he's in there. I mean, obviously great matchup here against Memphis. But yeah, if he's out, $7,900 Randall, you're going to want him. I think DiVincenzo at 5,500 becomes an awesome play. You have to love this spot, obviously, for Rudy Gobert, who's been really good. So, yeah, depending on the Ant news, possibly you would want 2-3 Timberwolves in your lineup. If Ant plays, he is my favorite of the Wolves, followed by DiVincenzo, and then Memphis side. Man, I know they're shorthanded, but they are a hard team to trust. I don't have much that I'm crazy about playing from Memphis. We'll see on Ty Jerome if he's in there. Obviously, if he's out, it does open up some minutes at the guard spot. But they just have such a big rotation in the backcourt and the wings that Memphis is tough for me tonight.
Yeah, we're still waiting on. I think Ty, Santi Aldama, and Coward are all questionable.
Yeah,
tonight. So we're still kind of waiting on all three of those. Because if they all play DC, I think it makes it even more a spot we want to stay away from if they're all just in.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm not going to have much Memphis probably on my original teams. And then, maybe if I need to swap or there's news and those guys sit, maybe you could get there. But I don't see much from Memphis.
Yeah, no, Memphis I think is a stay away spot. Get some news flying in. Davion Mitchell available.
Yeah.
Klay Thompson out. Caleb Martin in. Dean Wade out. Harrison Barnes downgraded to questionable. Obviously, the Ant news here. But outside of Randall, who I think is like the most obvious upgrade, you talked about Dante. I think, maybe Bones gets a little bump. Mm-hmm. It sucks that Io's there, though, because I think Io hurts Bones a little bit. But I do think we could give Bones a bump without Ant. He'd be someone at 3,600.
Yeah.
I could definitely get on board with, especially in this Memphis matchup. And I agree with you. I'd like Rudy would just be another good center play. Actually, though, I'd like Nas a little bit. 5,900, so you get $1,100 discount from Rudy. I kind of like Nas Reed at that price tag. That's a good price tag.
Yeah, and the thing I always say about Nas is like you kind of want to play him when he's had a few quiet games in a row. His price comes down a little bit, like it has, because he can just nuke at any time, right? It's just Nas 5,900 looks really good to me. I mean, even like Jaden McDaniel 6,200. This could be a spot where you want several Wolves in your lineups.
Yeah, several Wolves, a ton of bigs. Yeah, Gobert smash versus a centerless Grizzlies team.
Yeah.
Juice loves Nas. Yeah, no one's playing Harrison Barnes. I agree. It's just random news that pops up. Okay, we got the Carter officially. Carter out official. So now we don't got to worry about that. We just got to see who they throw in as the starter. So that'll be good. Which that game's at 7:00. So we'll get that news at some point here. So DC, if you had to rank Minnesota, like top 4 guys, who you going with as your top 4 if Ant's out?
Randall, DiVincenzo, Nas, Gobert.
Okay, and I'd probably go Randall, Nas, Gobert, Bones as my 4.
I like Bones too if Ant's out. I mean, You can just see the scenario where Wolves are like blowing him out. Bones checks in, a few minutes to go in the third quarter, and he's just like, all right.
Bones is one of those guys too. He just gets hot, and when he gets, they can roll with him a little bit longer.
And if he's hot in the fourth quarter and it's a blowout, I mean, they'll let him go. Go get your points, young man. That's kind of what he's there for.
And if he's hot and it's close, I think they'll keep him in.
Yeah,
is the good part. So, you got the upside. I think from a minutes perspective with Bones, if he's feeling.
He's clearly got paths to a big game if Edwards is out. So I like that call a lot.
Why are we forced to play Memphis?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand. Why would we be forced to play them? Especially if Santi, Coward, and Ty Jerome are in. That just adds 3 more bodies to the mix. And we all know they're not playing massive minutes. Go and look at the minutes they're projected to have right now. If they all play, this is SaberSim's minutes right now. They got Ty Jerome at 22, Scottie Pippen at 19, Coward at 18, which I think should be a little higher, maybe like 22. Walter Clayton 21. The point is they're all between like 18 and 23 minutes. Yeah, I think it's the opposite. I think we're not forced. I agree with James here. I think we're absolutely not forced to play Memphis, especially if all those guys are in. McDaniel's been Bally has been up top. McDaniel's, I don't know. I don't know what that is 100% meaning.
I think he's saying McDaniels is balling out, is what he's saying.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's balling. Yeah. He has been balling too. He's another guy I feel like, though. I feel like he's a guy where I wouldn't like rank him in my top 4, but if I was building a team and I landed on my favorite team and he was the last guy in DC, I'd be cool with it because he does have upside. Like you see the 56 against Portland.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously the floor a little lower, but at the same time, like the ceiling is definitely there. It's just when the ceiling's there, he's either getting a ton of stocks. Like you see the 8 stock game against Portland. He shot 5 for 6 from 3. That's how you get there with Jaden McDaniels, but that can happen for sure. So I agree. I wouldn't like X him out at all. Yeah, D-Mills, that's a team right there. If they're all in, you can just get them out because somebody on the team has to score, but they have a ton of guys and they're all priced. They're all priced kind of around. I don't understand. Yeah, they're going to score, but when everyone plays 20 minutes, it just caps everyone's fantasy ceiling. So yeah, somebody's got to score. I'm not saying that no one's going to score. I'm saying it's going to get spread out because they have so many bodies. And how are you going to know who it's going to be out of these 12 guys? So yeah, I agree. Someone's got to score, but good luck figuring out who it's going to be when they all play 22 minutes. That's more my point. But that's okay. Agree to disagree, I guess. Let's go to, we got 2 more games left in the 8 o'clock window here. San Antonio and Philadelphia next up. And we got Wemby, who 10-7 DC. Is he your top spend? How would you rank him and like Paolo as like spend ups? Because I think they're my 1-2s. I'm not sure who's 1 and who's 2 right now. I think it'd be Wemby Paolo, but the Wendell news is making me rethink it a little bit.
That's where I'm at. I came into the slate or into the show planning to play Wemby, and now I probably won't just because of the value at center. I mean, I'm for sure playing. I think you have to play one of the 2 Orlando guys, the centers, in every lineup, and I think playing both, honestly, is a good strategy as well. So that's, one of the center, maybe both gone. I like Diabate a lot. So I probably won't end up getting to Wemby, but obviously a strong play. I think he's got the most upside of anybody on this slate. I mean, that's often true for Wembanyama, but I definitely think it's true tonight. It's just a position scarcity thing makes it tough is all. So don't know if I'll get there. I like Dylan Harper a little bit as a value play, 4,400 if you need it. Edgecombe, I think, is fine. Maxi's fine. I think there's a lot of like pretty solid plays in this game, but I kind of find myself leaning a little bit different direction. We got to talk about obviously OKC coming up against Chicago, which are taking up a lot of my roster spots. And now we're kind of getting them filled in a little bit with the Orlando news and stuff. And I want to play Paolo, so I'll be lower on this game, JSU, even though I don't really have a problem with a lot of the stars in the next game.
I might make this slate a 4-game slate, literally.
Yeah.
The more I think about it, because I think these 3 8 o'clock games might have the best situations. Maybe not the best overall game, like games together, but like from like team situation standpoints, I think though these 3 games at 8 plus Washington, Orlando are like the best spots. And then I can have my one-offs, like my Brandon Miller one-off if I want. But man, like the more I'm thinking about it, I might just make this thing a 4-gamer, DC.
I think it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, seems like we're pretty much on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, Philly to me looks really good. I don't know about you. You sound like you're a little hit or miss on some of these guys from Philly. I really like the Philly guys. I think Kelly Oubre out plus Joel Embiid. That's a lot here. VJ Edgecombe has been playing, I mean, like 39 and 40 minutes the last 2 games. Those minutes are just huge. And you've gotten 40 straight fantasy points plus in 4 games in a row. And they weren't games, DC, against Brooklyn or Boston, Miami, Indiana, Minnesota. Like, there's some good matchups in there. You know what I mean? And he's playing well right now. So I think he's in play at 6,600. I like him a lot. Obviously, Tyrese Maxey, I have him 3rd in my spend up ranking. So I got it right now. I have it Wemby, Paolo, Maxey, 1, 2, 3 as the top 3 spends on the slate. And I think I'm going to keep it that way, but Paolo's giving me some issues. Because I do really like Paolo tonight. So, but right now that's what I have him at. And I think Quentin Grimes is like the best value play for me. I really like him as a value play. I might be higher than most maybe, but I have him as like I have him as the best value on the slate overall, or one of the best.
Yeah, inspiring game log in these last couple from Mr. Grimes, but I get it.
Don't look at the game log. Just close your eyes a little bit and just pretend. Just say, I can envision Quentin Grimes playing 35 minutes tonight, playing some point forward when Maxey's not out there, and scoring you 35. DC, that's what we're going with tonight.
I can't hate on the Grimes value play too much, but I'm not as comfortable with it clearly as you are.
Yeah, you're definitely, you don't sound as comfortable with Philly in general.
I just think the OKC kind of mid range, Edgecombe compared to Wallace and
I got you.
But I don't, like I said, I don't think the guys are bad plays. Edgecombe's my favorite of them, so I don't really disagree with you. I just leaning a little different direction on my own team.
Yeah. You just like a few guys in similar ranges ahead of some of these guys here. The San Antonio side though, I feel like is pretty cut and dry. I mean, you're gonna like Wemby. Maybe you want to play a Dylan Harper who's been playing pretty well, and hope you catch that upside game. I think if you're MMEing, he's probably more in play. But that's really it, man. I mean, Julian Champagne has been, hit or miss, but pretty good. 3 of the last 4 games, he's been shooting really well. Another probably MME play more or less. I don't see much else from the San Antonio side. It's more the Philly side that interests me.
Yeah, agreed.
All right. Let's see here. Do you guys see this on Sabre, or is it just me for Paulo? What are we talking about here? Lions Cubs. SaberSim has a projection when I refresh his year. Let me see. Let me refresh real quick. Do you see his projection up there, DC?
Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, they got him up here. Yep. Just you, Christian.
Yeah, oh no, mine's got him at 0 too. I just refreshed it, but I'm sure they'll fix that. They're updating stuff every couple of minutes, so they'll fix that. Mine is 2. The RPS one's up there, but the SaberSim one, I don't know why that went back to 0. They'll fix that though. Don't worry about that. And if you're a member, which Cubs, I know you're a member, we actually have in the Discord, you can go hit up the Saber guys directly. You can go to the SaberSim chat directly. We have a line where you can ask those guys questions specifically about SaberSim. So you have any questions about, the optimizers doing this, when I do this, you can go ask those guys directly. When you get a package at Run Pure Sports, you can get it into the Discord with all the packages. And we have, that line, the SaberSim, so you can ask those guys questions if you, have never used an opto or never used their opto before. so you can get like the best feedback possible to help you out. Because obviously, building lineups right up to lock, you don't have a ton of time. So it's good to have those guys in there and you can ask them questions if needed. So if that persists, Cubs, just shoot them a message in there. They'll fix it though, I'm sure. Let's see. Castle will ground Maxey, Edgecombe. Yeah, that's a good take right here, Raul. If Castle is giving Maxey a little bit hard time, it might be VJ and Quentin Grimes. The more I think about it, the more VJ and Quentin Grimes are the plays for me on Philly, I think. So we'll see. Yeah, can just ask nerd Tony too. He'll figure it out. Tony's a projections nerd. He'll get to the bottom of it. Got a computer degree, right, DC? Tony's all over it.
Does he?
Yeah, he does. All right, last game up here on the slate. Sounds like DC, it might be his favorite game. We got OKC and Chicago. This game's in Chicago. We got a ton of guys out again for OKC. No SGA, no Jalen Williams, no Isaiah Hartenstein. AJ Mitchell still out. Then a couple of scrubs out. So DC, this is the spot. You like it. You like Case and Wallace. Who else do you like here, though? You talked a little bit about Kaysen, but they got a few guys that are projecting pretty nice as values.
My favorite two by far are Kaysen and Chet Holmgren, who I think is going to smash here. Chicago, just horrific defensively. I mean, bad overall, but, OKC's team total is like 225 here. And outside of Chet, I mean, pretty much all these guys are cheap. The most expensive one outside of Chet is 5,600 Case and Wallace. So assuming OKC, plays well, which I think they will, I think they're going to have several guys get there. So yeah, Wallace, Holmgren, two of the first guys in my lineup. I like even Lou Dort a little bit at 4K just because he's super cheap. Not the highest upside, but if I like my lineup, otherwise I'm fine with him. So those three. I was looking at Caruso a little bit too, but I think with the value that's come out during the last hour or so, probably won't get there. But yeah, the two main guys for OKC, I think that's Wallace, Holmgren. I think both of those guys have big games here.
Yeah, the Caruso stuff, like, he just doesn't do enough. He'll get the minutes at times, but he just doesn't do enough to where I feel the comfy click with him.
He's just almost never really pops off,
Yeah,
so.
Like at least I know when Jared McCain's out there. I
like McCain too. Yeah, he's another one.
He's at least gonna chuck. You know what I mean? Caruso, it's hit or miss with him. I'm never a Lou Dort guy. Isaiah Joe's been pretty good in these spots where a bunch of these guys miss. He's had some big games here when he gets to start, plays 30 minutes, which he could tonight. So I'm definitely, I like the Case and Wallace take. I'm in on him. Jalen with a Y, I like. Are you spending up for Chet? Is he one of your friends? Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I love Chet here. Yep,
yeah,
one of my favorite spends on the plate.
Yeah, I like Chet as well here. So definitely a good OKC spot here. Chicago on the other side, we saw some decent minutes. Josh Giddey, I think, played 32 minutes last game here. It was the first time in a while I feel like he got over the 30-minute mark here, played 32 minutes against Milwaukee in a blowout. And he smashed 20, 14, 10. Now he gets his old team, DC. I know it's a tough matchup, but do we like a little Josh Giddey revenge at 7,800?
Not falling for this one. I mean, minutes below 30 every single game. He has, his best game in a long time. And so the minutes tick upward, right? And the Bulls are finally winning a game. They had lost 7 straight before that. Giddey's playing awesome. Yeah, let him go out there. You've been humiliated over the last half of the season. So I don't think that's happening here, right? I don't think Chicago's going to play efficiently on offense against OKC. And you need that for Giddey to thrive, right? That's when he's good, is when the whole offense is humming. That's why he had a big game and a blowout win for Chicago. So I don't see it with Josh Giddey. I'm completely out on that. And I think pretty much out on Chicago in general. Yeah, obviously I like the OKC side a lot, but I don't think you have to play Chicago as run back. So maybe you're in on the Giddy train, but it's not for me tonight, JSU.
Yeah, so I do like Giddy a little bit. I think I could. They just they're down a lot of guys, and maybe that's forcing the minutes if the game is close. So I don't hate the Giddy Buzelis pairing. If I'm playing a couple OKC guys, DC pairing those guys up and just hoping the game goes to the moon. I don't hate it. I mean, Buzelis has been playing good minutes. I know it's a tough matchup, tough spot, but he's at least getting the minutes. And if Giddy plays over 30, I feel pretty comfortable with just taking my chances if he gets over 30 with Josh Giddy, even in a tough spot.
Agree wholeheartedly with the pairing, the Giddy
Yeah.
pairing. I'm just not on it myself.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Mob said last time Maxey played the Spurs, he shot 25 times, 32, 10, 8 with 3 steals, wasn't 24, 52 points the game before that. I mean, Maxey can win any matchup just because it's a tough matchup. That's not like the sole reason to fade him, but it can be one of the reasons you can make in your head to maybe go to someone else. But Tyrese Maxey can still win tough matchups. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying don't play Tyrese Maxey. You can definitely play Tyrese Maxey. Yeah. There's no Embiid and no Kelly Oubre. So it's a good point to make. Like, he can win a tough matchup for sure. But it is a tough matchup for him. The price tag is what's pulling me in, Juice. The price tag just looks too nice here. And we're going to have value. So I'm going to be able to spend. I'm going to be able to get multiple spends on the slate easily with the value we're going to have. Joe says, would you rather play Giddy or Bane? That's a good question.
I'll say Bane.
You'd say Bane? I think Bane is the better. I think Bane is the clear better play by far right now. The only way I'd play Giddy over him is if it was like a team that was like a stack. It was like a game stack or something like where I had like 3 OKC guys and I wanted to bring it back. Because I think straight up, I don't know how you can play Giddy straight up over Bane without it being something like that. Because Bane right now looks like he's going to end up being one of the best plays on the slate. Bane's another king of the court play that I think is going to get some love, just because he can score.
Yeah, he's not a bad pick.
Yeah, he's definitely not a bad pick. But I mean, I kind of like them both. So let's see. Cubs wants to know if you were an English major. I'm going to say no.
No. Majored in online poker in college is what I did. So there you go.
That sounds more like it. Yeah, play low own Giddy. That's why you play Giddy, for low ownership. But yeah, you don't have to. But Bean sent me, as of 4:00 today, the most bet players for the King of the Court, DC. Can you guess the number 1 player bet? This is random. I was not expecting this dude's name to pop up as number 1. I don't even really believe it, to be honest, but DK put this out, so I kind of have to believe it. Who is the number 1 bet player? This was at 4:00. They posted this.
Since it's
before Carter news.
I'm going to guess one that I would have guessed too, and I'll go with Jalen Brunson.
He was 10th.
Okay.
So he was on the list.
I went with the big New York market, maybe that has something to do.
No, well, actually, you're right about New York, not the Knicks, but you're wrong about the player and the team, but you're right about New York.
Bam?
No, Nick Claxton. You would have never guessed. I would have never guessed that. You could have gave me 25 guesses. I don't think I would have guessed him.
I straight up don't believe this.
Straight
up, I don't. You can show me the source. I don't believe it.
It was true. Nick Claxton, Josh Giddey, Cade Cunningham, Tyrese Maxey. Those I believe. The Claxton one is tough to believe. I don't know if I believe it. That's crazy.
No way.
But
no chance.
That's what they got. Kaysen Wallace was on the list. I could believe Kaysen Wallace. I could believe Kaysen. All right, DC. That's all 8 games. Let's run through the antis real quick and plays of the day, and we'll get out of here. Get the content up over at rumpuresports.com if you want to check it out. JSU 15 will get you 15% off your first month or week over on the site if you want to check it out. All the sports, everything we got going on over there, full Discord. Get in, check it out. Bets posted all throughout the day for all different sports. We got it all. Try it out. Hopefully you'll love it. If you don't, bitch at Big T. Don't come to me. You can send at Big T44 DFS DM with all your hatred. All right, DC. Anti-play of the day. Who you got?
Some good choices today.
There's a lot of good choices.
But, and I know you like this guy,
Oh,
but I'm going to leave him all to you, JSU. The top owned player of the day, Quentin Grimes. Really?
That's going to change. That's not going to be. That's not going to stay. But yeah, he's going to be popular. So
Quentin Grimes. I'll give another one. Josh Giddey is a terrible play today. People looking at the one big game. He's going to go back down to 26 minutes and do absolutely nothing. So
Josh Giddey down, chat. Yeah. DC staring me down, chat.
Got my Jon Snow sword here, ready to fight all of you.
Oh yeah, he's ready. He's ready to cut me down. All right. Let's see here. Who do I want to give? Well, and I mean, that's an easy one right there. I'm going to go. I mean, Justin Champagnie at 20%. That's crazy. Stop it. I mean, that's an easy one. You can just add that to the list. I want to see if I can give. You know what? I'll go with. Man, I kind of like him. Julian Reese, 30% Julian Reese. Just to throw that on there. I'm not playing Angel Reese's brother. I'm not falling for the trap. You guys can fall for the trap. I'm not doing it. There's a ton of good center plays on this slate. He's still going to get some ownership because of that value tag. I'm just not doing it here. I'm staying away from Mr. Reese and company, and I will go elsewhere for my center. All right, play of the day, DC. Now, who's the guy you got to play?
I'm going with Big Chet Holmgren for OKC. No Hartenstein, no SGA. Softest interior defense in the league, in the Chicago Bulls. Racking up stocks. It's going to be a big game for Chet Holmgren.
All right, I like that call. That's a. What's his ownership looking at?
I thought it was like 15, which seems absurdly low to me, but makes sense because I like him so much. So,
yeah, that does make sense. 15 still seems kind of, but I guess it's there's a lot of good like kind of spend ups on this slate, so I can kind of see it. All right, I'm gonna go with the coach player back and forth.
Yeah.
Give me Mr. Paolo Banchero. This is a Paolo spot, man. Just don't blow out. Let Paolo go for 60. He's going for 60. He's gonna smash this Wizards team. They're too little, man. They're too little. They've got way too much size. Orlando does, and Paolo's just gonna beat up on them. I think it's a bad spot. If Paolo gets full run, man, I think he drops the hammer. I think the fire is lit from the coach, and he drops the hammer on this team. So let's go, Paolo Banchero. So we got Chet Holmgren and Paolo Banchero as the plays of the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this edition of the NBA Hardwood Show. Good luck in your 8-game slate over on DraftKings. And for the KOTC, King of the Court, DC, I forgot to even ask you, who's your King of the Court?
I'm joining you on the Banchero train for that one. I'm going Paulo.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Actually, no. I'm going to wait on the Ant news and pick someone from the late game, maybe Ant himself, or Julius Randle if Ant is out. I like a lot.
Okay, so if I don't do the Paulo thing, that's what I would be doing right there.
Yeah.
100%. I agree with DC's take, and I think Desmond Bane. If you don't, because I do think Paulo is going to be popular. If you don't want to play Paulo, I think Desmond Bane in the same game is an interesting pivot. If you don't want to wait, like DC's saying, to wait and see what the news. If you don't want to do that, I think Bane and Paolo are the two best early KOTC picks. And then I think the idea of waiting and hoping you get the Ant news and maybe Randall is the best, the next best option right there. So 3 million up top over on DraftKings, King of the Court promo. Check it out. Top 3 leaders in points, rebounds, and assists. $5 minimum bet. You can bet any prop pretty much on the board. As long as you bet $5 or more, you'll qualify for it. Check it out over on DraftKings Sportsbook. And good luck to you guys in this 8-game NBA DFS slate. That'll do it for me and DC. We'll catch you guys back here tomorrow, same time, same place. Till then, right here.